Hey, Scamp. I know. We're almost done. I promise, I'll pet you in a second.
Hello, Bridget here. You guys have probably been hearing about Australia a lot in the news recently. That's because bushfires have been burning across the whole continent. The fires are slowly being brought under control, but major damage to Australia's habitats has already been done. But there are ways that you and I can help. People around the world are responding to the crisis by doing what they can. Crafters everywhere are stepping up by crocheting and knitting items for wildlife rescue centers. Like this adorable pouch for little Joeys. Items like this help volunteers nurse Aussie animals back to health. I found this sewing pattern online, but today I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. Let's help some kangaroos.
G'day mates! For this DIY, you'll need 2 yards of cotton fabric, an iron, thread, pins, a ruler, scissors, the sewing pattern, and a sewing machine. First, cut one front and back piece from each fabric. Also cut an 8-inch by 38-inch rectangle. Line up and pin your pieces together, right sides together. For this project, the right side is whichever side is the softest, just like my fur. Not necessarily the design. Fold your rectangle in half long ways and pin it too. Sew around the outer edge of your liner. Be sure to use a shorter stitch length. It makes the pouch stronger. And do not sew the top. Do the same for the outside of the bag. Now, sew along the long side of the strap and turn it inside out. Iron the strap so it lays nice and flat. Take your outer shell and flip it right side out. Don't flip the liner. Pin the strap on each side, being careful not to twist it. Now, pin the edges of the strap away from the edges of the bag. That will keep you from accidentally sewing the middle of the strap to the bag. Carefully insert the outer shell into the liner. Line up all the edges and pin them in place. On the flat edge of the bag, sew from near the center to the strap. Backstitch back and forth on the strap to make it nice and strong. Repeat this step going towards the other strap, leaving space between the seams. Sew around the curved front opening of the bag. Be sure to keep the bag of the back separate so you don't accidentally sew the bag closed. That wouldn't be good, would it? Now for my favorite part. Using the hole you just left, flip the bag right side out. Adjust the liner into the bag and make sure everything's pushed out and lined up. Iron the bag. Now, sew along the back edge to close the gap. Top stitch around the front edge for added strength and to keep the liner in place. Sew along where the strap is attached to reinforce it too. Now, send your bag to a Joey in need. Aww.
So this is actually the most sewing that I've ever attempted, but turned out pretty good.
Interrupting this video for a brief update. After we shot this video, the Animal Rescue Craft Guild stated that they no longer need Joey pouches. They've received so many. While they no longer need pouches, they do still need monetary donations for food for these animals. If you still want to craft something, check out their website for more sewing patterns for things these animals do still need, like bedding or knitted toys. Now, back to the video.
At GoldieBlox, we're teaming up with the WWF Bushfire Emergency Fund to raise money for relief. It feels really good to do my part and help out in times of crisis. You guys should do it too. Bye guys, thanks for hopping by.